Hi, it's Pat Patterson with the Best of California Award, and this story has it all. It involves the State Narcotics Rehabilitation Prison, a naval hospital, where I happened to be born back in the 50s, but more importantly, a luxury hotel built in the 20s that the Hollywood stars used to cavort in the pools and play golf, and where the notorious Walt Disney Snow White rap party was held back in 1938. This is the story of the Lake Norconian Club. It's on prison grounds, so we can't get access to the abandoned hotel, but we're going to look around and we're going to see who's trying to save this incredible structure. Follow me. Hi, it's Pat Patterson with the Best of California Award, and I'm here with Kevin Bash, City Councilman out here in Norco, and we're at the incredible Norconian Club. And Kevin, you're going to save this place for us.
Well, actually, the Navy's doing a pretty good job saving this portion of it. This is the old Norconian Pavilion. Later was the Officers Club for the U.S. Naval Hospital Corona. Their side of the property, they're doing a magnificent job of preserving it. I mean, they're preserving the old buildings architecturally. They're doing a great job. It's the state side we're having the trouble with.
And that's where the hotel is, and we'll show pictures of that.
Mm-hmm. That's where the hotel is, and actually the hotel, the eating areas, the pools, all that kind of thing are up there.
And this was built what year?
The grand opening was February 2nd, 1929, and it actually opened, though, the pools were the first thing to open in November of 28, in which world records were set because it was the only outdoor swimming and diving pool in Southern California that was AAU qualified until they built the pools at the Olympics in 32.
Amazing,
yeah,
amazing.
It's amazing history.
And that's months before the stock market crash had opened.
Well, and that was his bad luck. I mean, he poured gazillions of dollars into the place, and of course you had the downturn in the stock market. It basically destroyed him. The hotel probably never made a nickel.
And how can people help preserve this? How can they get involved?
There's a lot of ways they can do it. They can join the Lake Norconian Club Foundation. They can get involved. One of the big projects I'm working on right now is called Save St. Luke's Glass. On the prison side is a chapel that was built by the U.S. Navy, and there's 9 stained glass windows that commemorate fallen heroes. And they're beginning to sag. They were designed by one of the great stained glass makers of all time, and the state wants to work with us, but there's just no money. It's about $5,000 to $10,000 of stained glass. The more you make, the cheaper it gets. They have to take them all out. We got people volunteering to do that, but we need a stained glass master. We can't just throw it together.
Wow. Well, we'll show the information with Kevin Bash here at the Norconian Club. Hi, it's Pat Patterson with the Best of California Award, and I'm here with Sue Bacon, who's the president of the Lake Norconian Club Foundation. And Sue, this is the best incredible facility that nobody gets to be able to see.
I know, it's so sad because it is remarkable. We're very fortunate that the Navy lets us in on these times, but we can't get in to see the hotel any longer. It's imprisoned in a prison.
It's literally imprisoned in a prison, but you are the head of fundraising and public awareness.
Our organization, yes. Our organization is here to actually hope to preserve all the historic buildings. This started, the actual resort started in the 1920s. So we have been fortunate with the Navy. They have been very responsible in helping us to preserve the older buildings. State of California with the prison system, not so. Not so.
You can tell just looking up how dilapidated it is.
And with that wonderful barbed wire, yes.
Yeah. And so in terms of how people can get involved, we're going to show your information for donations, but is public awareness probably the main thing?
You know, it really is. History is so being rewritten, and we can't let that happen. We need to learn. And historic preservation, I've been involved for a few years.
Yeah, sure.
So it is making the public aware and making sure that buildings such as this, properties such like this, will remain, and we can keep them for another 100 years.
Yeah, and we focus on California, and the bedevilment here is that the land is always worth so much money. People tear things down and then regret it.
Yes, that's so true. It's sad. And historic preservation has had to grow with that. You know, if the greater good is for the public, but we need to keep the history alive. It really
There's got to be a happy middle ground.
There has to be. Tearing down history doesn't help or hurt. It hurts people.
And this one in particular, because nobody really can see it, so many people aren't even aware there's gems sitting here, so it's hard to protect something that people don't know about.
It is. It's harder. And in the past, we've been able to get in to see the hotel and we actually were able to repair some of the roofing because there was so much art that was being destroyed because of the elements. And the state refused to help. So through fundraising, help with the city of Norco, and also the Navy, we were able to get in there and do some repair so further damage to especially the artwork is not destroyed.
So Gavin Newsom, did you hear that? Shut down that prison, give them their hotel back. Pat Pattison with the Best of California.
Thank you, Pat.
You bet. Thank you. Hi, it's Pat Pattison with the Best of California Award. We're here at the Incredible Norconian Club, and this is Diane Markham, who's part of the whole effort to preserve all of this. So, Diane, what an incredible event, and this has got to be the best kept secret in California, this hotel.
It is. This is the best kept secret in California, and we just want everyone to know about it, about our efforts to save the Norconian. It's a fabulous resort from the 20s. It's being neglected, and we just want to save it. We want everyone to help us with our fight.
And part of it's on the Navy base, and part of it's on the state prison,
Yes.
and so that's part of the challenge.
It makes it very complicated, very hard to access, and we have a small foundation, Lake Norconian Club Foundation, which we do have a Facebook page, we have Instagram, and we just want everyone to join our cause, help us fight this issue. It's on the National Registry of Historic Places, but it's being ignored.
And we'll give you all the information at the end of the segment. So how did you get involved personally? What tugged at your heart about this place?
So I like to throw events. I want to save art and history, and I don't want my kids to grow up in a world where everything looks like a big box, generic, architecture of today. I want to save the past.
And the irony, of course, is if it hadn't been on Navy property of the prison, it would probably be long gone.
Yeah, so we're so fortunate, though, because there's natural hot springs. There's a story, I don't know if you know about the Mission Inn in Riverside. It was once very dilapidated. It was in worse condition than our Norconian resort. So although we have a lot of challenges, there's a lot of beauty inside. And when you go inside, you could feel that yesteryear. You could feel Clark Gable, Myrna Loy, Norma Shear. You could feel their presence because the rooms are very grand. So.
Well, get involved. We'll show you the information to help save the Lake Norconian Resort. I'm Pat Pattison with the Best of California. Talk to you soon.